You wanna? You are live. Oh, oh.
Bro, I can't find my skid room. What that mean though? What that mean?
Hey, people.
I mean, like for me,
Your mama watching.
hi mom. How can you
Hi.
see? Oh, you only you can see it?
I went on Facebook on my phone.
Oh,
John Ski is tapped in on YouTube. Hey,
oh, we out here cute.
or whatever. I'm more cute than whatever. So
uh,
hi,
hold
hi,
on.
auntie. So while Ventress gets herself ready, I'm gonna introduce myself. So I'm Rach the Great, aka Rachel Thomas, to the church world. My parents are Stephen, Apostle Stephen Thomas, and Minister Jillian Thomas. Um, I was born into being a PK. I'd like to say I is church is all I've known. Was born into Church of God in Christ, and then have gone through non-denominational, Pentecostal, Baptist, whatever. I've even been to a couple Lutheran churches. Never joined, but I've been there. Um, and I always wanted to get other PKs together. And Ventress just happens to be like one of the only PKs that I've actually had gotten close with over the years. Because we always like, oh, they stuck up, they bougie, they this, they that. And
Yeah,
it's just like, no, we're all just under immense pressure to be perfect. And there's no rules. So we just try to not say nothing. So we don't get in
definitely.
trouble.
And then if you talk to us, she gonna be like, "Oh, they just regular people."
Regular schmegular people.
Yeah.
Hey, Shama. Yes. Shama is a fellow PK too. She's an OG PK. She's actually a principal of a school, the Blackstone School in the South End,
Oh,
doing
that's not
amazing
familiar.
things. Yes, and she's a
Are they from
Delta,
Boston
so
too? They're from Boston.
yeah, she's not from Boston, but she's in Boston.
Oh,
You know how that go. You know how that go. Asia's checked in with us. Hey
okay.
guys. Oh, Gigi's in here. Oh, Gigi's in here. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. It's
Yeah.
Women Crush
Should I go next?
Wednesday. Hmm?
Should I go next and introduce myself?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, please.
Okay, so my name is Ventress Wright, formerly known as Ventress Clark. I will always be a Clark. My my father is Pastor Sean Clark, and
Yes.
my mother, First Lady Evangelist Missionary Clark. And yeah, I grew up in Boston. I became a pastor's daughter when I turned 14, and I've always been a PK forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But yeah, so I'm so excited to share today with my good friend Rachel, who will always be my sister forever. Every time, like, we don't see each other every day, we don't talk to each other every day, but I feel like I never disconnected from her. Like, she was my
Never.
in everything.
Shit. And it's really funny because when you think about it, our birthdays are really like 2 days apart.
Oh yeah,
So and
that's
people are like,
the
oh, Leos don't even really get along together or whatever. And I just feel like I love me some veterans. You feel me? Okay. And I had the pleasure of being able to be a part of your wedding.
yeah.
Um, and even walking through that process was just like an awakening for me, right? And the things that I've asked you and then we've talked about, I've held dearly to me, right? Like making a list and really talking to God and praying for what I wanted and a husband or a partner or whatever. Those are things that I didn't even take serious until I witnessed your union, Tech Xavier. So that's amazing. Y'all cousins. Gigi, Gigi said we're cousins. Shout out to G Weeks. Asia, hey. Tara, hey.
Yeah,
Everybody's locked in
Asia.
with us.
Auntie Jillian.
Facts. Big Fendi. So I know Terrell said he was gonna send in some questions. I don't know if he did. How do you want to start?
I guess we can exchange questions back and forth, and if people want to chime in and ask questions themselves, that's
Okay.
cool too.
All
So
right.
you want to go
Okay.
first, or
I got some really good questions here. So I'm
okay.
gonna just get straight to it. How does being a PK affect the relationship with your parents? Is it good or bad, and why?
So, like I said, both of us had different dynamics. Like, there's preachers' kids, and then there's pastors' kids. So, I feel like I'm not trying to be like rude or anything, but preachers'
Mhm.
kids can kind of get away, like they kind of get some slack. They probably have the same experiences in the household, but when you're a pastor's kid, that's different. So when my dad first became pastor when I was like 13, 14, I just thought my world was about to be over. But I already had a close relationship with my parents anyway, so that kind of like eased some things. But I had like in the beginning, I had like this hate thing going on with my dad. I just felt like it was his fault that he became a pastor. But you know, as you get older, you don't understand callings until you get like a little older. So I'm like, okay,
Right.
this is something my dad can't control. It's not like he was like, yo, I'm gonna be a pastor one day. Even though some people have passions like that. But it was just so hard for me to like share my father with a whole bunch of other people. And
To this
like
day,
I don't know how to explain it.
man, I don't know. It definitely was. Whew, it was different for me because, as I said, like, so preacher's kid all your life, and then turned to a pastor's kid. To me, I had always been a pastor's kid, right? My family's church started when I was 5, so all I knew was, what I was told, and I was very blessed, right? And so it was one of those things where, like, people told me I was spoiled, but I didn't know I was spoiled, right? Like, I went to private school, we did this, we did that. Like, I was eating lobsters and whatever and crab legs. To me, that was normal, right? And so then it's like our church broke up, and it was just like, well, what, you expect me to stop living this lifestyle? Like, you guys made me, you raised me into this person, and now I have to learn and fend for myself, right? And I just felt, I don't know, it was very hard. It was definitely an awakening
Yeah.
going through like divorce and all of those things, just because it's like now it's like the ultimate test of faith, because you taught me all these things. I put My parents became like Jesus incarnate, right? Because you taught me about Jesus, and I
Yeah.
can't see Jesus, so I made you Jesus. And so growing up, I've learned that my parents are not Jesus. And even though they preach and they are amazing people and they have so much word in them and God uses them immensely, God has to use me too. And so taking those steps and seeing them for who they are, which are beautiful people, was something that I think came later on in being a PK, but definitely not during the time. I hated everybody. I didn't. I hated everybody. I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
people too. Like, oh my gosh, it's a crazy feeling because you don't really know how to explain, and then people think you're automatically okay because your parents are like teachers. Like, I don't know where
Yeah.
that came from. Like, I feel like I'm not gonna say nobody checked on me, but I felt like I didn't get checked on enough because my
Yeah.
so busy, so people just assumed, oh, she good.
Right. Or yeah, just put her in the group with all the other kids, not knowing that we all running wild.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then the kids' parents will be like, "Y'all better not be doing that." And it's like, but your kid is the one that taught me how to do that.
Word.
So it's very, it's very, it's like, you know,
different.
the saying, like, check on your strong friends. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
check
yeah.
on your strong friends, because like my parents, they're doing ministry, but it's like ministry started at home. Me, I need your love too, but I received it in the love of the church. But at times it felt like it wasn't what I necessarily needed or how I needed it. But you know, I thank God I got it right.
Right. So, like, what's some pros and cons in your opinion of being a preacher's kid or a pastor's kid? Pastor's kid.
Oh, well, I'm gonna do the pros. You do the cons.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll do
um.
both. I'll do both.
Okay, I'm gonna say, because I'm not. I ain't even gonna get into there. That's a
Oh,
deep
yeah.
hole.
That's what people want to hear. You know, people
That's
know
what they want to hear. True.
that they
Okay.
don't know anyway. Okay.
You know, that's right. That's right. Okay, so I'll start with the pros then, just because. And shout out to Ray Ray and everybody who is tuning in. Um, I guess the first thing, I loved being able to get into places. Like it was like not the club, but like, you know, just being able to like walk into church events or big, you know,
Oh yeah.
concerts and everything, and just be like, oh, the usher going to escort me to the front row. You feel me?
Sitting in the front.
Yes, but see, you always was dressed to kill. You always, still to this day, you slay.
Oh,
I never really even had the whole like church outfit thing set up.
oh, I mean, you can dress how you want.
Girl, you was killing the convocations, every convocation, so I don't want to hear it.
You hype me up. You hype.
Let me see. Um, Traveling was cool. Being able to travel was fun. It's another pro. Being forced to sit in the church, like honestly, I don't even say being. It felt like I was being forced to, you know, go to all the church meetings and revivals and all of that stuff. But if I hadn't done that, I know a lot of what I believe now wouldn't have been instilled in me because I wouldn't have heard it. Um, so that that to me is a super big pro. Um, and my church family. I to this day, like I went to high school with a lot of people that I went to church with. So just being able to know, like, I have my cousin, and they all my cousins, right? And I always had a level of protection just because of
Mhm.
like who my parents were and what they meant to certain people. So I know a lot of things I was saved from that. Cons. I think as we said earlier, a little bit of the, you know, separation
Oh yeah.
was definitely a con, because it was, I don't know, it was weird. I felt like no boys wanted to talk to me because I was a PK, and then all the girls made fun of me because I was PK. So then it was just like, oh, there was no winning. It was a losing battle, but you know, we got through it. That was a major con for me.
All right. So pros. Let me see. Like you said, the services. I was the PK that liked going to all the services. Every PK is different. Some PK
Right.
like, I ain't trying to travel this week. I'm staying at home. They don't want to go to church every day of the week. But I love that stuff.
Mm.
For me, I just thought it was an experience. Like I got to hear different preachers, different preaching styles. You meet mad new people. You meet other
Yeah.
PKs. That part was an advantage. Sometimes it was really like long night though. You know, Pentecostal church, you don't get that at like 2 o'clock in the
Bro,
morning.
and then you gotta drive home.
Yeah. I mean, at least my dad was driving. I'll go see him.
Yep, right. Facts.
Let me see. The cons though, like sometimes I felt like I don't know, like because my parents were dealing with a lot, it was kind of hard to know what they was thinking. I didn't know if it
Mm.
was church related or if it was family related. So I feel like those worlds were kind of clashing a little bit. So I was like, yeah. And then when you hear, I don't know if you heard stuff like from members and stuff like that, and you just never told your parents. Like I
Oh
had
yeah.
experiences where people just talk trash. Like, I wasn't about that life.
Yeah. This is the thing, because a lot of people think, I don't know, it's weird because it's almost like you don't know where your loyalty lies. But then it's like you're trying to find out what loyalty means, right? Because in church, we're supposed to be open and love each other and communicate. And if I have an art with my brother, we're gonna talk it out, we're gonna work it out, we're gonna bring it to the Lord, and we're gonna get through it. That didn't happen in real life. A lot of times it didn't happen.
Everyone's clicky and stuff like that. And then what else? Thing I had one. Uh, it'll come back to me. I can't remember what it was. But it was,
Major con. Sometimes I just needed mom and not pastor. Shama, yes. She said I had to think hard on the pros. Yes. And it's so funny because I was actually prophesied to, like, you see your mom as your mom and not the woman of God, or not the prophet of the Lord. And it's like, I see her as that. It's just when I'm like, Mom, I'm going through it with this girl or my friends or whatever, I don't need, you need to pray and fast and go into, I need, honey, maybe you should talk to her about it. You know,
oh
like,
man.
start speaking tongues. The biggest con for me when people came from my mom. See, yeah, thank God a lot of that stuff.
You know what?
Turn up, V. Let me hype you
When
up, V. Let
I
me
was
hype you.
younger, and then the worst part too, people. First of all, I feel like PKs are the most vocal people in the world, and the members don't believe that they're supposed to be like themselves. So they're like, "Oh, you're PK. You shouldn't be acting like that. You shouldn't be talking like that." But little do they know. You know what I mean? I don't know how. Like, it's just not okay. But yeah, like I was so protective. I still am protective of my parents, but I don't understand how they could be like. But that's the person they made them to be so strong, and like I don't think they're taking foolishness. It's just they see it, and then I don't. You know what I mean? I don't know how to understand. Explain what I'm saying.
It's like, well, it is like the no nonsense policy,
Yeah.
but it's also like being okay with being yourself, right? Like I feel like there was not, and I don't know if it's me or us or just like the West Indian. Like I look at PKs like Kiera Sheard, right? And I'm like, Kiera Sheard's life was completely different than a lot of other PKs' life,
Yeah.
right? And so we look and we're like, oh my gosh, like they got this big church, everybody loves her, she's the youth pastor, and blah 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 blah. But then it's like, but then what do you do when you have a failed relationship and everybody's in Christ? And it's like, what do you do? Just not talk about it? No, you're not supposed to. You got to talk about your feelings. And I think a lot of feelings were thrown under the rug. Like we didn't feel anything because God's just going to take all of our pain away. But we never talked about the things that cause us pain
Mm-hmm.
or uncomfortability or growing. And so I feel like that's something that pushed a lot of our generation out of church, right? Because when
Yeah.
it was like, hey, you hurt my feelings, or hey, you made me feel uncomfortable, or hey, so and so touched me, it was like, no, that didn't happen. Or no, you're not depressed, pray about it.
Yes.
Get
Oh
that
my
demon out of your mind.
God.
It's like, I'm
Yeah.
chemically imbalanced and
And like,
actually need help.
yeah, the world is coming to like a place where we're actually not, well, I guess we've come a long way. We're accepting the fact that we can get help.
Right.
Yeah.
See, and that was something that it's almost like it was weird because I remember being a teenager and I was sitting down while my father was counseling another young lady. Um, and he was like, "See, you would tell her that she could talk to you, to me, but you don't talk to me." And I was like, "Yeah, nah. I don't think you meant for that. I don't think you built for this. You built for that stuff, but you ain't ready for these problems over here." You
Okay.
feel me? And but there was no like in-house therapist. There was no, you didn't really see that. Everybody just went and talked to your pastor. But
Yeah.
like, who does your pastor go to?
I was actually scared for a while to get help. Like I didn't start getting help until I don't know if it was the beginning of this year. Because I used to think like I don't need to see no therapist.
Therapist?
I don't need to see nobody. I just need to pray and talk to the Lord. But the Lord gave us these resources.
He sure did. And your insurance covers it. Your insurance covers it. So like, but you all you gotta do is pay. And I didn't my first time seeing a therapist actually and like actually using and talking to the person was after I had my daughter.
Oh yeah,
Because I feel like I postpartum and it's I don't know why it's like it's you don't like people don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to Rachel. You know, yup, Pastor Beach's daughter. You feel me? More PKs in here. Facts. But it's definitely Alexis in here too. See, yes. But it definitely was something where like after I gave birth, not only was it like my childhood trauma came up, but now it's like, how do I not implement my trauma, my pains, all of these things onto my child while still trying to give her all of the foundational things that I learned in church and that were imparted into me, but in a way that she can and will receive it and not feel like it's forced on her, like how I felt things were forced on me,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So,
Yeah,
oh no.
that was
Yeah.
definitely a fear of mine too. Because I used to be like really, 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 really sad. So I was like, I want Belle to be like the
The
happiest
happiest.
in the world and it to get on people's nerves. Like I used to be my prayer all the time. I'm like, I do not want her to be sad.
Girl, I was so sad. I named my daughter Joy. And it's crazy, but then you think about it like if we knew that we had each other, like if we knew that we had other PKs that we could link with, other women that we could link with and be like, you're not alone. For real. And I'm gonna tell you advice that's more than just that's deeper than pray about it. Or I'm actually gonna pray with you for it. Or not just tell you I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? Because you could say I'm praying for you and Lord touch her right now, just whatever she needs. That's a prayer. I need someone to like intercede, go in with me, or show me how to do that, or like it be more than just a service, right? Because my biggest problem was when people would say, "Cash, give it to Jesus," and I'd be like, "How? Like, what? Do I just literally picture myself just here? I don't want it no more." You know? So it's like, how do we do that? And it wasn't until the past like 2 years really that I really have started taking down wall by wall by wall by wall. Um. So yeah, girl, I don't. Whew, it's tough. Pros and cons, huh? Oh wow. Dang, I'm not even gonna ask that question. That question is
Well,
deep.
ask it,
Okay.
ask it.
What could your parents have done better? You ask it, ask it, ask it.
Okay, so my parents aren't perfect.
Hmm.
First of all, my parents are popping, but they're not perfect. But um, I don't know. I just sometimes when I was growing up, I felt like the ministry overshadowed the family a little bit. But that's something they couldn't help. So maybe like do check-ins every now and then, like, we love you guys. It's okay. We're here. I know we're there, but we're still here. Like if I would have got I'm a affirmations person. That's probably what my issue is. But if I would have heard
Mm,
it more, I think that would have been more comforting.
absolutely.
I think that's where a lot of sadness crept in because I feel like they really did get busier when I was like around 10, 11. And that's probably why I was like, and then I,
Like the worst time to get busy.
yeah, and then I was hanging out with like people that were sad also. So I was
Mm,
picking up their habits. I don't know. That would be my
Oh,
thing.
we about to have a deliverance service on here, y'all. Hey, thank you. um,
Ah,
I'm crying. I would say I just wish communication was better.
that's what
Communication, like that's foundational. If that would have been there, I feel like a lot of things would have been different if we had a safe place to, truly share how we feel. Um, because I think by the time that my mom had realized, because of course, like you, while you're going through things, you're going through the motions. So as I said, like my parents had got divorced when I was like 11, right? So
it
going into middle school, it was getting rocky. You feel me? My mom started like working full time, dealing with the drama from the church breaking up, hiding the drama from the church breaking up away from my brother and I, but then staying at church all the time. So she wasn't at work, she was at church. And when she came home, she went straight to bed. And so it was one of those things where, like, if we would have communicated with one another, I would have felt more prone to communicate with other people, right? And other relationships and friendships and things of that nature. Whereas I felt like when my mom did begin to communicate with me, it was like almost too late, because it was like, I'm already off the deep end, lady. Telling me you love me now don't matter when I don't feel like I'm loved. You know what I mean? Like, if
Mm.
I'm 16, 17, like, I'm out here. I ran away a lot. You know what I'm saying? I did. I was running from whatever and running towards whatever. I had no aim. I just was kind of just knew I wanted to be in a different space, not realizing that the space that I was in was covered and protected and was full of love, but it just didn't feel like it because I didn't know that you spending all this time at work is to make sure that I'm okay. You spending time at church is to make sure you're okay. And you have to be the best you could be for me. And there was no way of me knowing that. So I just interpreted it as I'm not loved. And so if they would have communicated with me, you know what I'm saying, we would have been a little better.
Ah, that's a God. Oh my God.
Watch this. Love you, ma.
Yeah. Yeah. It even got to a point. I don't know when I wrote. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry.
Don't cry. I got lashes on and it's already hot in here. Oh, Xavier, give my baby a hug.
Rachel, we're stupid.
Stop. Oh, look. Here, I can't give you. Where's the usher? The usher. Here,
I
baby. Here.
can't even. Yeah. Okay.
It's all right, baby. All right, get out of here. We talking about you.
No, I told my dad I hated him like when I was like, I don't remember how old I was.
Shh.
Hi, Pastor Thomas.
She said hi.
No, but I told my dad I hated him, and I felt so bad after that. But I was like sad. I just couldn't understand. I think it's because we're young, but I'm learning as a parent, and you watch all these Lifetime movies and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But like, kids are never too young to know what's going on. I feel like parents think they're just like oblivious or they'll get it when they're older type thing, but
Yeah.
it's never too early to be like,
To be honest.
this is what I'm
To
doing
be
right
honest. Yeah. You look. You see this one? I'm on live. You feel
now.
me? But I, the conversations I have with her now are conversations that people never had with me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know who I was, or I wasn't, and it's not that I didn't know. I was dressed like a princess. I was adorned as a princess, but nobody told me I was a queen. Nobody told me, like, it's like, oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. I didn't get used to hearing that. So then when, like, a man or somebody comes and it's like, oh, you're beautiful,
Yeah.
then it's like, oh my gosh, like, you love me like nobody ever loved me. And
Talking
it's
to
like,
me like,
Yeah, and then it's like no, and then you're opening up doors to things that don't need to be open. Christina, girl, number blocks. Yes. So, good morning, good afternoon. Yes. So, can you stop, please? I don't want to embarrass you on live. I'm having a conversation with Auntie Ventress. Bye, Christina. So yes, it just because I had told my father I had hated him too, but it was after I we had several. Can you lock this door, please?
Oh,
Thank you. We had several different types of interactions and experiences in church. So my father leaving ripped my family apart. And to me, all I knew was nothing was the same. Right. And so when I told him that, I'm like, no, I didn't even tell him I hate him. I was like, sometimes I wish you would just die. And I was like, maybe like 15. Because I was hearing everybody else, everybody was going through it, everybody was hurt, everybody's mad, and oh, and money, and this and that, and uh, everybody's screwed, and I'm just like, why would someone that said they loved Jesus, why would someone that said they loved all these people do this? How could you do this? You know what? The world would be better if you weren't here. And I never said sorry. I never said sorry ever. But my dad did get coronavirus. And I can say that for the first time in my life, I felt like I was going to lose him. Right. And it made me think about it. It made me think about it. It made me think about if it was worth, my anger, my grudges, all the pain and things that I internalized and, you know, projected towards men and projected towards people and in church and stuff like that. If he died today, would I regret anything? And the answer would have been yes, right? And so I took that as a moment that God showed me like the worst thing that anybody can do to somebody else is nothing compared to what we've already done to God, right? And I now as a parent can understand that the love that I have, exactly, healing is a process. Thank you, Jesus.
yeah.
Healing is a process. So it wasn't until I was able to step back and think about it, was able to step back and think about like why my mom had to work 24/7 or why I felt like I could walk in and out of the house and she wouldn't even know I was there. All of this is because God was showing me himself and was showing me that no matter what they do, they will never be him. They will never replace him. And that pedestal that we talked about putting our parents on earlier,
Yeah.
they had to be removed from. Straight up, like they had to be removed from said pedestal because they don't belong there. They don't belong. They're not. They shouldn't be the kings to our hearts or anything like that. That is a position that God only wants, and God is a jealous God. And so he gets jealous of our parents because there comes a time where a child is no longer a child, and in God's eyes, we are all his children. So then we become almost equal, right? And so it's just, yeah, so hot. Yeah. Oh, thank you. You see,
Yeah.
I ain't doing this no more.
I
We ain't
get
doing this no more.
I can't.
Huh?
I can
Right.
hold on. My mirror. All
Oh
right.
my gosh. Okay.
All right. So I thought it'd be cool to talk about the stereotypical personalities that people think PKs have.
That's so funny. That was my next question, anyways. So
Really?
perfect. Yeah.
You want me to go first? You want to go first?
We can go, tit for tat.
Okay. So bougie.
Rich.
What's it called? Fast.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's like
you know,
I'm fast. Let me stop.
no.
I mean,
Yeah, it's so funny because
are like, but they're just regular people. People don't understand that. They're,
people are people.
yes,
People are people. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have the most strict, upright person in church who's probably out walking the streets at night.
yeah.
I've listened to some of these evangelists' testimonies. You feel me? Rest in peace, the prophet Floyd Brown. Rest his soul. He used to get up. When I tell you, I used to listen to him. He was like, I would leave my wife in bed and walk the streets naked, looking for men. Like, what?
Who said
Yes.
that?
Prophet Floyd Brown. He was no joke. But when he got delivered, that man. Remember the long overnight, all night services we was talking about? Yes, we would be in church till like 11. Like,
Uh,
cast them demons out.
what else? Oh,
What else?
they assume that we're preachers too. Like, we know our word. Like, we just say,
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. They think that we're preachers, assistants, we're aides. Um, you know what? I found that a lot of people think that we have wealthy backgrounds. That PKs have wealthy backgrounds. We don't know struggle.
we wealthy in the kingdom. Okay.
We wealthy in the kingdom. Some of us. Some of us.
Yeah,
Those who's living right.
sorry, because some preachers. This is why it gives us a bad rep because the kids always know how the preachers live at home. So that's why half the kids acting up. They know their
Because
parents.
we know the secret.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, I didn't know what a margarita was until my father ordered one. And now tequila's my favorite drink. Look, and no, don't take that and be like, see what you input in front of your kids. They go back to no, that's not it. Don't use that as an excuse. Oh my gosh, what are other stereotypes? Oh
Um.
man, I don't know. What we gotta look good.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I just feel like people have a bad habit of putting people into boxes. Yes, a lot of pastors actually don't take salaries from churches. And they don't know that, but they just think, oh, y'all are good. It's like, no, my mom works 18-hour days, actually.
yeah, my parents have a regular job and they work. So my parents are not rich. They are regular
They,
people.
they are blessed, but we are not rich. We are working on generational wealth right now.
Mm.
We're working on it. Mm-mm. All right, stereotypes.
Oh, that we're like I was talking about earlier, reserved. I feel like all PKs are very vocal.
And meek. They think we're meek. Or you know what? They think we should automatically be youth pastors. I'm gonna keep going back to that. Like, not everybody is meant to be a pastor, and definitely not a pastor to young people. I'm just straight up. You feel me? Some people don't need to be watching your kids.
I mean, that's true. Yeah. I don't know.
Cause they be like, "Oh, you're young, you're hip." Yeah, young and hip don't mean equipped. You feel?
Yeah,
Ooh, a
they
word.
carry the same role. Like all PKs are different in the sense of where their gift is. Every PK don't have the same gift, so you can't just assume they about to be a musician. Most PKs are musicians or on the praise and worship team. Right.
Bro, I can't even sing really. I'm a solid background singer, but that's because of all the times I was forced to sing in church. You know what? And you know what I don't like is that we can't dance. You know what I mean? Like we can't dance.
Which
I
you
remember I had a flashback, right? of being in, the liturgical dancing. We was practicing, and we was going like around, and he was like, Rachel, you popping your butt too much. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just dancing. And you told me to dance. I'm dancing. I'm following the beat. But it's like, and it's weird because so many things become sexualized because of the nature of the world and the state we're in, right? And so because we're worldly people that are reborn into Christ, when we come into church and things like that, and we see things like kids dancing, it's pure and innocent, but we'll almost sexualize it,
Yeah.
right? And immediately like interpret and bring that outside world into church and be like, oh, don't do that because you're doing this like that. And it's like, I don't even know what like that is. I've never seen like that before. Like, I ain't never been to a club. I ain't never even been to a party. How do I know how I'm popping my? There was no YouTube back then. She said, biggest stereotype is preaching and pastoring is genetic. Expected us to be preachers too. Facts. Yes. Yeah, different gifts. My sisters and I all sing. So that stereotype is true. Oh, God bless y'all. Y'all almost got the voice. Because I got the ear. I'd be like, somebody's off in the soprano section. You know what? PKs are a little judgy. I ain't gonna lie. We a little judgmental. But I feel like that's because we've been in church for so long. And we could just be like, this is out of order.
I don't even know.
Move. You ain't supposed to be walking when the preacher's praying. That has now become like a pet peeve in church now. I'm like, you just walking?
Oh yeah. Well, now you got some super ushers that will stop you in your tracks. Pull your arm back. My arm got pulled back one time because I forgot.
Oh no! They was practicing on Saturday. You hear me? Getting ready for Sunday morning. Okay, let me see. Next question. Shout out to G Weeks for the questions. BTW. Okay, how did being a PK affect your social life? Did we say that already?
Affect your social life? I mean, we talked about it, I guess. I just feel like I got a sign on my forehead. Like, how do people be knowing I'm a PK? It don't make sense.
It's called the anointment. The anointment's all over you. All over you.
No, when I was in college, first of all, college, I try to forget college, okay? But, everybody has a process, whatnot. But I don't know. It's just like people try to tell you what your experience can be or what it cannot be. You know what I mean? Like, this might actually be something I'm struggling with. I'm not trying to perpetrate or be someone that I'm not. This is actually like who I am as a person. But people are like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you're a PK. Please stop. You know what I mean?
Yo, listen. And the thing is, PKs don't always go to church every Sunday either. You know what I mean? I feel like the biggest thing I could have learned during this whole journey has been that you could have a relationship with God outside of the four walls. And I felt like that was something that we talked about it. We didn't we talked about how to implement it, how to learn, but it just felt like it's okay, we're just gonna go to church. And then after church, we're gonna go back, we're gonna watch TV, we're gonna go to sleep, we're gonna do whatever, hang out with our friends. But then we're gonna go back to church. But like relationship continues. It's actually deeper than just going to church, and it's deeper than the experience that you felt when you were in church.
Yeah. And I feel like quarantine is definitely teaching everyone that.
Hopefully, this is the thing, because a lot of people are not taking advantage of this time. Like all I see is people. For real, let's talk about the anointing and impartation that comes to kids that have been gifted to the care of passive. That's what you want to talk about. You and Sister Maxine can get on live and talk about that.
No, but that's legit though, okay? Because the PKs always know when something's up with their parents, or they know when people are shady. I used to tell my parents all the time who I did not like at church. I don't know why, but I'd be like, Mom, I'm not feeling them. Dad, I do not like them at all. I'm never talking to them when I go to church.
Again, yes.
Okay. I just
And you know, and they thought it was us being shady, but it was really the impartation. It was really the gifting. It was come on, we gonna tarry. We was tarrying, and I looked at that person in the middle of my tarry. I got taken aback. You feel me? Little dark cloud over there, a little shade, and it was like, Rachel, you so shady, and it's like, no, that person got a bad spirit on them.
No, but for real, because people like to take advantage of pastors. Like they think like they are your angel on earth, but they're not your. Like they have supplies, like spiritual supplies. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to be dry by the time they leave service and they go to all your revivals you request them to go to. You want them to preach up a storm.
Cast out all your demons.
Huh? You know what I mean?
Look, and this is the thing, because you get rid of one demon, and then he come back with 7, right? And the thing is, y'all be letting the demons come back. Y'all be letting the demons come out, and then y'all be running to the pastor, talk about, now I know you cast out that one demon, but I done messed up again. Now I got 8, so I need you to help me again.
Yeah, like meet pastor. You know what I'm saying? Meet pastor.
Yes, no, it's not even you. This is the thing. It's like not even halfway. Like at least just in your heart, be willing to repent. You know what I mean? Like to not go through the same thing again. Because some people like to get tripped up. Some people like to deal with all of that stuff. Now you in the book. Oh gosh. She said now we in.
Upset all over again.
Yes, the discernment is strong.
Yeah,
and this is the thing. And I didn't think. Now that like we're talking about it, it's like, wow, maybe it's just a PK thing. Because like Gregory and I was talking about it yesterday. He's like, how do you just know that you don't like somebody? And I'm like, you ain't never just got a feeling like you ain't never just had a feeling, just something ain't right with you. Something about you just ain't rub me the right way.
All jokes aside though, like when I found out we were going on quarantine, I said because I just have this problem with like people at church. I don't know what it is. Like it's growing. Okay. I'm becoming better because I already know the call that my husband has on his life. So I gotta be a better person.
I'm sorry. Listen, y'all don't. I am not listen, when people pass the peace, you know, they get up and greet each other. I'm the one to run out the door right when they stop. Look, me and the baby, and it stinks because they be like, where's the baby? With her grandmother.
Yeah,
go ahead, go find her.
Because I gotta go back to church one day. So
listen, I love y'all, and at least y'all hearing it from my mouth. At least you're hearing it from my mouth. I do not really like to hug. I will shake your hand. You know what I'm saying? I don't even really like to say hi too much. And then I feel like a lot of people get close to us to get to our parents.
Yeah, that's very strange. And I detect that all the time. I feel like, what? Hello. And then,
look, like some of the DMs I get, it's like, look, you know what? I got called twice. And it was like, Rachel, how are you? God bless you. How's it going? Where's your mom? Get off my phone. Get off my phone. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, crazy. Shama said, how do you balance your own relationship with God? I don't know. I don't know. I've been getting learning curves since 2017. Like the whole PK thing, whatnot. And then I got married in 2017.
What? I was there.
Um, so yeah, that's a whole learning curve. So like you said, once you got older, you had to carry everything your parents taught you and like try to, make it your own and have your own relationship with God because that's what we do when we get old and mature. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just had to learn for myself and I definitely prayed and made sure that I had a man of God to help me do so. And like
Mm.
so that helped and it's really just been about trust in my relationship with God because that's been a struggle.
I feel I spend a lot of time in nature, to be honest. Like I am the person who like I go to the beach at 7 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? And just like I am that person, and I feel like doing that and be like getting chill, relax, and just being like, we can't do any of this by ourselves.
Yeah.
Look, like I look outside and I'm looking at the trees and the green. Even right now, I'm looking at the green and I'm like, we couldn't have made this. And I feel like taking all of that into perspective, everything that was imparted into us, and then having friends that I love that don't really know God like I know God has
Mhm.
helped me find a balance because it's something that always keeps me kind of grounded. Because when my friends are going through it, I always go straight to the Bible first. Like I'm always like, this is where we are, this is what we need to do, this is what God loves us, all of these types of things. I feel like my lash is falling off. Does it look crazy? Um, but yeah, so I think that's how I stayed balanced by truly searching for God and encouraging people to search for God too. Right. So in my relationship, like my boyfriend has been in church. I didn't need to encourage him to go to church. He was doing it already. He was in the ministry. He was a part of playing the instruments, all of that without me there. And that helped me come back to church. And then I was like, okay, well, if this is all we're doing, we need to go deeper. We need to go further because I know that what God has for us is greater than we can even ask or think or imagine. And I believe that he can do it. So if I believe that he could do it, how do I implement that in my life if I'm not happy right now? And
Mhm.
I'm not happy because I line it up to I'm not happy because I'm out of God's will. Because if I was in God's perfect will, I would be happy. I would be aligned. And so even though he has ordained all of our steps, I know that he's pushing me to move forward. And so with that push, I have to continue to look for him and to search and read my Bible and apply myself to the task of looking for God. And that's kind of the balance that I keep, right? Because as much as I laugh and I talk, I'm raunchy and I'm ratchet and I'm loud and I do my own thing. In my core, I love Christ, and I wanna do what He put me on this earth to do, which I believe somebody told me was to spread the good word. You feel me? That's what was, I think a prophet said that. I don't really remember. I might have been little. You feel me? So we'll see.
I was gonna say, what ways do you encourage your parents in ministry? That's what Terrell said. Um, I've been
I
telling
make
them since day one. I've been like,
Tell the
Mom,
truth.
yeah, yeah, because they still my parents. Just tell it. You got to be honest and authentic. Like,
Facts. Look, I encourage my mother to do ministry by telling her to get on live. I tell Minister Jillian, I am trying to get her to preach the good word as often as possible because I see when she gets on the live, when she goes on the radio station, or when she gives a word and people are waiting for what God has imparted to her. So as her daughter and now like, her armor bearer or whatever, I very much encourage her to say what God has to say. Like Talk to them. Talk to these people. Please,
Yeah, love
please,
your
please.
mom. Everybody loves your mom.
This is the thing. So it's like everybody loves her, and then she got 1,000,007 excuses. My hair ain't done, and did this, and did that. So I'm like, okay, now it's done. Okay, so now it's done. All right, so next step. What do we need? Like, let's get to it, right? So hopefully she will feel, you know, convicted in her heart as she listens to these words, and God just will lay it on her to get on live on Sunday or one of these days and just give a word, because churches are opening back up now. Oh, now I can't with you.
Yeah.
Wait, is this second Sunday? Yes. So this Sunday actually she'll be on the radio station 98.1 FM 1410 AM Boston, the Urban Heat. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shabba ba ba. She is so Aggie. But yes, so as we grow, I think just continuing to press them and helping them. Like I saw that you did your father's like design, like his flyer, which was so dope.
Oh, thanks.
It was dope. Like yo, I was showing people like yo, Ventress is a beast. Logo needs, promo needs, holla at Ventress, right? Period. But doing things like that, I feel like will keep them accountable. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yes, okay, what do you need? I can help you. I'm now we're able. I'm like, do I need to set up the live for you? What do you want? How do you like it? We have a stand now. We're streaming from Facebook and YouTube. Like, what do you need? And then the moment I find what you need, then now we can progress and you can do what God called you to do. Because if you're in your will and I see that I helped you be in God's will, then that will help me to continue to be in God's will myself. Because I know that it's God that is making me push you to do God's work, right? Even if you're tired or worked all day. You know what I'm saying? So she got today off.
Let's see. I have
Let's
to
see.
keep on here. Let me see what we got going on.
Good conversation, lady. Levi says, hi, Auntie Ventress. We gotta go.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, Ashley.
This one kind
Let
of
me
goes.
see.
The question I have kind of goes with most of what we saying, what we have said. Are we everyday people? Absolutely, right?
Every day, all day. I'm a night person too. I'm more of a day person than a night person than a day person. I'm an every night
People your
person.
day, Rachel. What people your day? Let me stop.
Look, I trade forex during the day, so
I
but yes,
heard somebody was telling me about that.
foreign exchange market. We could talk about it on another live. You love to, get people, put people on, just so a way to make money from your phone. Shama, I'm so glad you enjoyed this. I'm saying,
Yeah, Shama's
let me
been
see if I have.
a lot of feedback.
Yes, because Shama gets it.
Why
She
do I
gets
like
it.
who that is? Have I met this person?
Not through me, baby.
Oh,
She from like the south. Oh my
maybe
gosh, this
I've
light looks so
before.
stupid. Huh?
I said maybe I've heard that name before.
Yeah. So let me see. What was the greatest experience you had in church?
Greatest experience I had in church, I think any time of redemption. Because I kept stuff like really bottled up, which I usually
Hmm.
do, but I'm growing in that area. But anytime where, the prophets that be like telling you the details of your life, we all agree with diamond. Okay? Like, get out my business.
Yo, first of all, get out that mic.
Where
I'm like, get off the mic.
I hate when you're talking to Mike saying all your business and it be
I'm like,
factual
can't you
and
just talk to me?
I be want to go like this.
I thought you was talking to me. You don't got to talk to them.
This thing you guys don't need to know. Dang.
I would say the greatest experience um, was the tents. The tents
Oh yeah.
were. I want to do them again. I want to bring them back, but I don't know. Church, so much has changed now, right? And it's like I wouldn't even know what pastor to bring. Like I wouldn't even know who to call. And this is the thing. Like I just I miss the fellowship. I miss seeing I miss seeing God's power manifested.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite things, to see people that was in wheelchairs walk, to see people with hearing aids take them out because they could hear. That to me was
Yeah.
like the greatest experience I've ever had, and to this day, goes unmatched.
Yeah, miracles still do happen. They still exist.
And they sure do every day, every day. Shout out to TB Joshua. I'll watch his videos. TB Joshua Ministries,
Oh,
um, Shiloh Church of, or something like that, Church of All Nations.
mm,
Keep it real. Yes. Hi,
mm.
First Lady Beach. We love you.
All right.
Uh,
So, oh, it's your turn. The question, right? Oh, you already said
no,
it.
that was just me. That was the greatest experience.
What is the depth of our hurt? Like, do you think PKC hurting? What you think? You think it's on the same level as people that aren't PKs?
Let me take these lashes off because what we not gonna do. Let me take these lashes off because what we not gonna do. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Short answer, yes. Short answer, yes. PKs have hurts. Um, and it's any hurt that a child would feel when their parent could no longer give them as much as attention as they feel they deserve. Right? So whether it's a kid who gets jealous because now there's twins in the house or there's a new baby all of a sudden, but the baby is no longer the baby is 20, 30, 40, 50 people who have real life problems, and it's more than just your feelings. So internalizing that as a child without proper guidance starts a black hole. Because they always talk about sin is like a little dot in your heart that goes into a big black hole. But I feel like that's how hurt comes as well, right? And then you start, doing. It's almost like you start acting out, looking for your parents' attention, but then you don't get the attention that you want because so then it turns into now you're in trouble and you're more mad. And so then and then you have all of those things where you feel like you can't trust anybody because people only want to get to know you because either like you want to get to my parents or you want to know information about my parents or my life and you ain't really my friend, or you have all of these trust issues, heart issues as a PK that don't really get solved or resolved until things like this happen where you could come out and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no PK group. There's no group chat for PKs. I mean, maybe there is one now, but I ain't in it.
I don't know. I don't know if I could be with a group of PKs. I think that I need it at a time.
Why is that? Because of the stereotype?
No, it's too overwhelming. It would be nice though, like if I had a group of
Have
friends
a
and
couple people.
yeah, and they just happen to be PKs, but like 20, 30, I don't know.
Cause
Um,
some of the kids be wilding. I'm gonna just tell you straight up.
yeah, I
Some of these
know
kids
some
be wilding.
PKs that just be doing the most. I'd be like, yo, you need to chill.
But
But
hurt because I didn't always get the life of the Christian doesn't mean you will not suffer. Yes, the life of a Christian does not mean you will not suffer. If Jesus suffered, we will. Oh, Jeremy over here talking about start the group.
all right now.
I don't believe God placed that on my heart. I don't believe I was called to do that. Ventress, if you feel led, I
Uh,
will. I will support you in all of your. I will hold your shoulders up. Oh, okay. You know what, Rachel? But now Rachel says start the group.
We could do
Ah,
we could do a Christian ladies group, and then we could branch out to a PK group.
Christian ladies group. That sounds like a woman's ministry. If I ain't never heard it, I think every church got one.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe we could do a PK's group though. They probably already have one.
Look, I know three. I know three, four. Look, I know four PKs who ain't in the group.
No, but Rachel said we really need each other. It's true. We definitely do.
We definitely need each other.
Like,
Just for the fact of knowing you're not alone. You know, even if we're not physically present, like as you said earlier, like we don't talk every day, we don't text every day, but you know, and I know that if I ever needed to talk to you, I could call you. If you ever need to talk to me, if you ever had an idea or anything, like how we even came to be on live. He's just like, hey, Rach, you want to collab? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do whatever in the middle of coronavirus. It don't matter. And now PK group. I'm one. Oh, look at that. Yes, I'm not in a group. Dang, that's 3 people in the comments, V. Oh no, we gotta start the group, V.
We gonna need people to get their PK badges. Let me stop.
PK badge.
Who's your father? Who's your mother?
Are you an evangelist's child or are you apostle's child?
Let me see. Let me see.
I need a stamp of approval.
I need the proof.
Okay, so I think we went through all of my questions. How may have life? Okay. So this is my last question. How would life have been different if you were not a PK?
I would have been like a person that's outside of the fishbowl, just looking through the glass. Like, no, I don't. I think my mental would have been definitely different because I went through depression, and I feel like this helped me somewhat. Like, I probably would have never got the support that I needed. It probably would have took me longer to get through some things. I feel like everyone who is a PK is a PK for a reason. Like God knew from the very beginning, like, oh, that's about to be a pastor's child.
I completely agree because I'm already like out there. I have a big personality, but if I wasn't a PK, I could definitely say I would not be as grounded as I am today. Like I'm definitely way more calm, especially when it comes to parenting. Like because it's being able to find a balance and then being like, God, you made me this little person's person. So that means I have everything that she needs for me to have. I have it already. So I need you to show me that I have it. And really believing that. And I wouldn't be able to go through that process if I wasn't a PK and knew that, you know what I mean? Like everything that I have learned.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because in order for me to not have been a PK, like I was kind of set for life. You know what I'm saying? My grandma, you know, my mom, my daddy, my uncles. It was like I was kind of just embedded in that anyway. So I was gonna get it one way or another. My cousins, they don't think they PKs, but they PKs. You feel me? So we all just guys.
And
PK t-shirts.
I feel like PKs have a gift on another level, like because we experience different hurts, like on a different level. They can definitely reach out to other people, but people don't know that. You know what I mean? Like other youth their age or adults their age, we have a different type of gift, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we internalize things different. I feel like we're born with a different type of thick skin.
Yeah.
because it's just certain things that would disturb other people don't disturb us, or where other people are like where they would run away, we're drawn to God, or it's like we have no problem taking that minute and taking that step and being like, let me reevaluate, or
Me,
not just
I've been here before.
yeah, like this feels like deja vu-ish.
Yeah,
What's going on? Shama said, I would be a statistic. The spiritual grounding, the leadership I learned helped me. I lead my school as a principal based on how my mom led her church.
that's a word.
Thank God. Thank God. You know, and the kids will be blessed because of that. You know, and I will say that even though PKs aren't always meant to be pastors, I feel like they're meant to be leaders, like in one way or another. So I feel like because we, as you said, like we're not PKs for no reason. We get attacked differently on a different level, and a lot of it is mental. A lot of it is internal. As you said, struggle, depression, anxiety, all of those things. It's not because it's not a blatant battle, right? Like sometimes you can get like some people get sick, they do, but it's more of like a no, you look perfect on the outside, but on the inside you feel trapped. You feel like you can't talk to anybody. We have a marketplace anointing. Ah, what does that mean? A marketplace anointing.
You know what? You know what, Ryan? You better. You know what?
Come on, a marketplace. You got a Facebook
Marketplace.
marketplace.
Let me tell you about a marketplace, okay?
Go ahead, read me. Come on.
This is my phone. The
The
marketplace
ones all leaning.
has various markets inside of a big establishment, right?
Say that one more time. Say that one more time. No, because you went away, so I couldn't hear.
Okay, a marketplace is a huge establishment that has various markets inside of it, but
Right,
they all offer different needs.
right.
They have a little bit of everything. So I think that's what she's saying. We got a little bit of something for you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
My mom
Yeah, man.
said, what she said, what the first lady say? Hold on. How
Pastor
can you
Maxine.
encourage other PKs to hang in there?
Call me.
Yeah,
Call me. Just call me. Yeah, because
I don't know. I survived by honesty. If you feel like you need to go just a teeny bit like crazy because that's the only way you could redeem your feelings, then that might be what you have to do. Like sometimes it just takes you being expressive with your people or with your family or whoever you can reach at that very moment. Rachel done disappeared. Oh, there she go.
no, I had to mute myself because my child over here acting crazy. Like,
Ooh.
look, she acting crazy. So I just had to mute myself and yell at her to get out, and she's still here. But how do we encourage? How do we encourage PKs? Um, it's what you listen to. It's what you listen to. Guard your. What is it? Like your what is it? Your gates. Guard your gates. Guard
Mm.
your eye gates. What you watch, what you listen to. I didn't believe it until I actually tried. Yeah, she does need to get her homework done. She's driving me nuts. But no, she's not. She is a blessed child. She's smart and intelligent and will be a billionaire by the time she's 30. But watch your ear gates. I feel like we don't realize the music we listen to, how it affects us. The TV we listen to, it affects us. It all affects us. And honestly, I wish YouTube was out way earlier than now. You know what I mean? I feel like we have so much access to like the people, like other ministers, other people who are active, who are talking, who are interactive, who are growing in Christ as well. So just find somebody that you feel like you could connect to, or somebody that you relate to, and watch their process,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because, and it's kind of like what I said earlier, you watching people helps hold them accountable. And so that accountability keeps other people on track. So while you're trying to find your path, you're helping someone stay on their path to help continue to kind of like keep one foot in front of the other. My mom drilled that, guard your ear gate, your eye gates, in thought life. Exactly. So a man thinks that he is, right? And so if you listen to depressing music, I did it for 1 week, literally just to see if it really would affect me. And I listened to, who else? Brent Fires. Do you know who that is? Brent Fires. He has a beautiful voice, but he's toxic.
I know I was listening to
Like,
Lauryn Hill for a while.
huh?
I was
Lauren Hill.
listening to Hill. I think I was like after I graduated high school. For some reason, I kept listening to Lauryn Hill. I don't know what that was about.
And
Like,
what it like? What did you feel like you were being different? Did you feel yourself being more holistic and peace and love?
I don't know. I think
You did
Lauryn
you feel
Hill
one with the earth?
like makes me tap into a place that I don't need to be in. Like I feel like I don't know how to. I feel like
Like it just ain't right.
feel invincible a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. See, but it shifts your spirit. Your spirit is easily influenced, and so what you feed yourself is what you will be. So I changed that to like I listen to a lot of motivational videos, or listen to a lot of educational videos. I read more books now, instead of just kind of just scrolling on Instagram as much. Um, and intentionality, it's I never thought about the mindset, like the intention of things. Like I'm doing this because I know God will bless this.
Yeah.
Or I'm not doing it anything mindless. I'm doing everything with intention. So definitely patiently waits for Rach to start her church. And that's stuff like that gets you blocked. Comments like that get you blocked.
Wait, what?
John Skeet patiently waits for Rach to start her church, and that gets you blocked. And comments like that get you blocked, John. Okay, look, I gave all of like 3 sermons,
Okay.
and now
Oh,
we're out here getting crazy. Hmm?
Pastor Chris just joined.
Hey, it's popping. Yum yum. Some people popping up while we about to end.
Yeah, so I had to find those scriptures that can help out. Okay,
All right, all
so
right.
I got Hebrews 13 and 17. If you're struggling with like understanding, or like if you're failing to realize that you got that spiritual leader at home, your eyes down. Your eyes down. Okay, so this one says, obey your leaders and submit to them, for they are keeping watch over your souls. As those who will have to give an account, let them do this with joy and not with groaning, for that would be of no advantage to you. That's a hard pill to swallow, but
It's be humble. It's humble yourself.
yeah, humble
Humble
yourself.
yourself. Humble yourself. And I get that. So I'll say it like this: find a leader. So I'll take that scripture and boom, find a leader that it's easy to submit to. Find somebody that you believe in their vision. You feel like they can impart it into you, and that it's easy for you to humble yourself when it comes to them. If they ask you to do something, you're gonna do it, not for any reason other than I love my pastor, or I believe in that in what I'm doing, and it's for the good.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay. These people in the comments, bro, going crazy. What's the other scripture, Venture?
Proverbs 22:6.
Proverbs. Oh, I'm writing it down in the comments.
Oh, okay. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, even when he is old. Depart from you. Rachel is foolish. Yeah. You just gotta
Read that again. Read it with your chest, Mr. Venture.
train up a child
Yes.
in the way he should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from you. So just entrust that God has sent you those parents for a reason. And they are leading and guiding you. Although you feel like you're alone.
It's a lie that the devil tells you because you're
Yeah.
never alone. God is always with you.
Yeah, this would definitely be a great scripture to like hold on to. This is not just for the parent, this is for the kid as well. Because
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I believe that I'm equipped. And that goes back to what we say, going through college and parenting and even being a wife, I would assume, like, you have everything that you need. Of course, you grow and you change, and God will, guide you into the next level. But you have everything you need for this moment right now, for whatever problem, whatever speed bump life is going to bring you. You got it. So, all right, okay. That's our two scriptures. We got another one.
Um Colossians 3:20. Okay.
Hold on, Colossians.
3:20. I don't know how you feel about this though. This might hurt our soul. Let me stop. Just for the PKs that are still like trying to process and like trying to get their life together. They still strain. Children, obey your parents.
Obey your parents in the Lord.
For this pleases the Lord. It will help you out in the long run. Like I said, I know PKs personally. It's definitely like a process. Just know it's not about you. It's about God. And
Yeah.
like I said, God doesn't do things by an accident. So try not to make it feel so heavy on you, like, dang, I'm a PK. I got this expectation to be like saved and like I gotta live oh so right. I gotta be perfect. But your parents won't misguide you in any direction. When it comes to God, like, come on now. It's okay.
Because they got them. You know what I'm saying? You have to trust that they have them. You know what I mean? And if you don't know that, it doesn't mean run away from God.
Mm-hmm.
If you have questions, bring your questions to the Father. He'll answer them for you. You know what? He's all knowing. He's omnipotent. He's omniscient. He sees all. He hears all. He is everywhere. He's with you. So even if you ponder things in your heart, you don't have to speak them out loud. And I was talking about this on my live a little earlier today. You have to trust that when you go looking for God, He will show up because He's always speaking. We bring the noise and we allow noise to enter in our lives that kind of stop us from hearing His voice. So
Yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. It's okay. Just reach
it's
out.
okay. Ask for help, man. And pride goes before the fall every time. Pride goes before the fall every time. Remove your ego. Remove your ego because your ego will get you in a lot of trouble. And I could say that personally. Like, my ego, my head was inflated because nobody could tell me anything until God popped the bubble, popped the balloon. And then I was left looking at myself like, if you continue down this path, let me show you who you'll be. Let me show you all the possibilities of where this can take you. Um, and I just thank God that, I had the awakening that I needed. You feel me? So
Yeah,
I'm
everybody
grateful.
go for that. Some type of awakening.
Yeah. Listen, everybody has their own, was it Damascus Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. From Saul to Paul situation. You just got to be willing to go through it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So with that, do we have any other questions? Let me check the comments. Do you have any other comments or questions? That
Yeah,
is not Rachel started church.
I can't.
If
Any
not,
questions?
okay. Bits. Well, with that, Ventress, I would like to think that this was a huge success.
Yeah, it was great. It was
It's
nice.
great. It's nice. I love it. I'm saying maybe we'll do this again. Who knows? Y'all gotta ask Ventress to come on live with me. Look, you gotta ask Ventress. Put it all on Ventress.
Yeah, and they can give us another topic or whatnot.
You want to just come on here, start preaching. Go ahead, girl.
Girl,
Whenever you
bye.
ready.
Girl.
John Skeet said, "When's the next one?"
Oh, I'm not seeing that.
Oh, it's on YouTube. He's on YouTube now. He
Oh,
said he said I need dates and times. Well, thank God that things were fun.
thanks, Rain.
I don't know. We'll see with this quarantine. Ventress is a very busy lady, and
Like
so
people.
Ventress is a very busy lady.
I'm booked too busy. Let me stop.
She's booked and busy, so hopefully we can schedule another Wednesday to do another one Women Crush Wednesday for y'all.
Yes, it's
Let's
great.
see. Because one of Shama's first things was this need to be a series.
Yeah. Let me know. It was great.
Let me know, let me know. Yeah, we'll be doing more collabs on other stuff other than PK stuff as well. I'm sure we could do like makeup and hair stuff and kid stuff, and you can tell us about what it feels like to be married and a mom at 30, because a lot of people ain't that, sis.
Oh Lord, that's another topic.
Yes, girl, we gotta talk about it, you feel me? Because and you a homeowner,
Oh, am I?
girl.
Am I?
Goals, yes.
Huh?
You are.
Hmm.
You are. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hold on, look. Minister in training. Minister elect.
Oh my
Is
gosh.
that what it is? Minister elect. Ventures
Interest.
right. Ooh, I almost called you Clark.
Girl, who's a Clark? Let me stop.
You always, but you not.
Xavier.
you are, but you not.
Like,
Remember the most dramatic thing I did on the day of your wedding was record myself changing your last name from Clark to Wright. Went through the whole wedding and was like, oh, she's not a Clark anymore. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you all for joining in. Make sure y'all like and subscribe if you are on YouTube. Shout out to Adventures Hype Me Up V.
hype me
Go
up.
ahead and let me drop your IG on the comments. You feel me?
Hype me up. So this is what I do, okay? On Hype Me Up, I'll make you a flyer. I can make you a logo. What else do I do? I can
Everything. Promo. You do free promotion.
I do free promotion. So you just tell me your business and then I'll buy from you. Be
Yes.
honest now, but I will buy from you and I will promote your stuff. So you got to be honest, okay? And
Yes.
yeah, that's what I do. Occasionally, I do blogs. I'll put a blog up randomly. That's about it. That's what I do. What you do, Rach? Huh? 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 What you do?
Huh? Who me?
Yeah, what you doing?
Yeah. So I am a radio personality. So I am on the radio from Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And Thursdays at 9 p.m. I do the Rach the Great show. My Thursday night show, I play only unsigned artists.
Oh,
So
oh,
yes, so I play a lot of artists that are local. I play artists that are from Texas and Ghana and whoever sends me music, and as long as it's good, I support and I play your music. And you
yeah.
know, and Monday through Friday, I spin the tune sometimes to a little old school, a little new school, a little underground in there too. You feel me? But I am off for the next 2 weeks as of vacation so I can be able to, do stuff like this and come on live and interact with you guys. Um, and just, try to find a way to figure out who Rach is and who I want Rach the Great to be towards, on the outside perspective. So keep me in your prayers, please.
I'm gonna post your flyer.
Yeah. I mean, what you want to make my flyer? Because y'all see the flyer she did for this one. Let me tell y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all the flyer that she did. The one that we've been posting. She made in like 5 minutes. Let's really talk about it. And it took my boyfriend like 2 hours to try to Photoshop out the picture that I sent you that you cropped and everything. He tried to do it and was like, "How does she do that? Oh my gosh!" I'm like, "Oh no, we just gonna pay her because she dope."
Yeah, I had to learn how to do that stuff. But I'm like, I need to, cause I be seeing other flies. I'm like, yo, this is kind of dope. So I just need to figure out how to do other stuff. But I'm gonna get better.
We gonna work on it. We gonna work on it. Thank you so much. First Lady Beat said this was awesome. I pray the blessings of the Lord to continue to use you both in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. And with that, y'all, peace, love, and hair grease. We'll see you next time.